Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun video, we're going to have a nice little scroll saw project for Valentine's Day 2024. Now, Valentine's Day is fast approaching, the day where we all celebrate love and the people that we love. Keep in mind though, love is meant to be shared year-round and not just on one individual February day. I've already got the pattern selected, and it comes from this amazing book by Fox Chapel Publishing. It says Making Wooden People and Pets with Personality, 24 Easy Projects for the Scroll Saw, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the author's name, but there it is if you want to look this book up. It's packed with, again, 24 amazing projects, and the project I have picked out for Valentine's Day is located on page 8, and it's entitled Love at First Sight, and it depicts a man and woman stick figure holding a heart there. There you see the full-size pattern, so you can see it's not that big. This is a very simple project for you to quickly get out in your workshop in one single day and make for your loved one and give to them as a handmade gift. Handmade gifts are always amazing to give to people. I've already got the pattern photocopied 2 times because we're going to need it twice for what we're going to do in today's video, and I photocopied it on the printer out here in the workshop. And the material I've got selected for the couple, the man and woman, is this very light material here. It's very soft. I don't know what kind it is, but I know it goes to the thickness planer exceptionally well, and it scrolls exceptionally well. And I've got one edge cut flat at a perfect 90 on my table saw to where we can cut this and attach it. That way they are already freestanding, and it's around 3/8 inch thick. For the heart that's in the center, that's why we need 2 copies of this pattern. I've chose a piece of 1 inch thick cedar here, and I think when it gets clear coated with the clear gloss, it's really going to pop and make it a nice red color. So that is what that's for. And then we're going to make a base for it out of this scrap piece of oak here that I got out of the scrap bin beside me, and I have milled it down to around 3/4 inch in thickness. Since all that's left to do is attach the pattern so we can get started, let's move the camera and do that now. And over here on the workbench, we're going to begin by trimming out the pattern and attaching it flush to our material with clear packing tape. This way the figures can freestand once they are cut out. And then we will trim out the piece for the heart here and attach it to our piece of cedar as well with clear packing tape. And then we will head over to the bandsaw here and just trim the piece of cedar down to a smaller size. This is just for me for easier handling over on the scroll saw. And then we will head over to the drill press, and I will take a drill bit and drill out the 2 holes required in this project. And they're not internal cuts, they are just for the eyes of the man and woman here. And once those holes are drilled, it will be time to head over to the scroll saw and begin scrolling. For the entire cutting process, I will use number 5 Ultra reverse tooth blades for all of the scrolling, and they will cut through all of the material exceptionally well with a minimal chip out, which is always good when it comes time for sanding. And for these figures to line up and hold the heart, which will be cut out of cedar, it is very important that you are as loyal as you can be to the cut line. So of course I am taking my time and letting the blade do the work. And I am essentially following that line. We are working on the man right here. And I love these simplistic designs because they can easily use up a bunch of the scrap wood in your scrap bin. And when I was thumbing through the book that is packed with amazing patterns and seeing this project, I knew I had to make it for Valentine's Day. If you guys like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to my channel and also follow me across all my social medias under the Artisan Pirate name. I'd really appreciate the support. Now we are going to begin cutting out the heart, and you can see I'm still using that same blade for everything, even though the cedar here is thicker than the 2 figures we cut out. But now all of the scroll work is complete. It doesn't take long at all, and we can head over to the workbench and remove the pieces from the waste wood and get our first visual of the finished project. And I will take our piece of oak here and measure for a base. And these projects don't necessarily need a base. It was just something that I wanted to add for my project. And over here at the Rikon table saw, we will quickly cut it out. And the more I use this amazing table saw, the more I love it. But it doesn't take long to cut out the base. And I didn't want to add a routed edge to the base to distract from the scroll work, but I did want to round over those corners. So I am measuring them now with a washer and tracing out the curve I want. And once we get those marked, we can head over to the belt sander and just quickly shape those. And again, I'm just knocking off those sharp corners. That way the piece is more comfortable to pick up and hold if you want to examine it once it's finished. But now it will be time for sanding, and I opted to hand sand everything with high grit sandpaper and a sanding pad here. And I took a little bit more of an aggressive sandpaper to do the base and just soften over all of the edges before hitting it with the high grit sandpaper. But once everything was sanded, it was time to glue everything together. And I am using medium grade CA glue and activator. And I didn't take no measurements or anything. I am just doing this completely by eye. Just eyeballing where everything should go. And I'll let the CA glue cure for around 5 minutes. And then we finish the project with several coats of Rust-Oleum clear gloss. And with that dried, the project was complete. And here we have the completed Love at First Sight Stick Figures Valentine's Day piece, cut out completely on the scroll saw, and it finished up amazingly well with great detail. Thank you, Fox Chapel Publishing, for an amazing design from this very unique book of scroll saw patterns here. It only took me around 7 or 8 minutes to scroll this out from start to finish. Again, it's not a very complicated pattern, and in my mind's eye, I see it as a project that you can quickly get out in your garage or workshops and knock out for a loved one or spouse for Valentine's Day. Again, a handmade gift goes a long way when it comes to showing someone how much you appreciate them in your life and everything. But I think it came out amazingly well. I did add a base to it. The project depicted in the book we photocopied the pattern out of did not have a base. It was just something that I wanted to do and use up some of that ever accumulating scrap wood from the scrap bin. But you can easily tell what everything is. You have the stick man, the stick woman. They are holding hands and holding the heart there in the center. And I think the Rust-Oleum clear gloss we added at the end really made the cedar wood stand out and make it look like a cool little heart there. And then we have the oak base here. Again, I'm unfamiliar with what the wood is the people are made out of, but it scrolled exceptionally well. And one keynote I did here in this project was I made the heart thicker than the actual stick figures themselves, because they're holding hands and holding the heart, and that just represents that love is bigger than just one individual person. It takes both people to support and make love grow, and love is not a one-way street. Another thing you could do with this project, with the base here and the thickness of it, if you have access to a laser engraver, you could on the edge here laser engrave the man and woman's name, the couple's name, the Valentine's Day and year on it, or you could put something like a quote like love endures or so many years of marriage. You know, it's a lot of versatility for a scroll saw project, and that's why I like them and using tools in different ways. But I think everything came out amazingly well. If you have a loved one in your life, I hope you treat them well for Valentine's Day as well throughout the whole calendar year. Again, love is not meant to be celebrated on just one individual day. But here is one more look at it, and then I will show you the book that the project came out of. I will leave a link down in the description box below where this book can be bought from Fox Chapel Publishing if you are interested in it. But once again, it is Making Wooden People and Pets with Personality by Fox Chapel Publishing, and I thank them for sending me this book. We have made several of the projects out of the book and documented them on Instagram, but I'm really happy with how this came out, and I hope you guys like watching me make it. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and also follow me across all my social medias under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me as well as all my social medias will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one. And remember guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.